Hello, welcome back. We seem to be on a roll this year when we're talking about the bigger picture. This in no way negates the fact that most people who experience narcissistic abuse experience it from somebody very close to them or has been close to them. And I think this is certainly how we experienced it, even though this person was part of a corporation. But this year it's becoming apparent that the public is becoming aware of the psychopathy in big organisations, and organisations that they have hitherto trusted. I went back this morning to look at what Robert Hare said in the excellent movie The Corporation, where he strongly suggested that the ethics, if you like, of a corporation, if you can call them that, or morals of a corporation, tended to be psychopathic. And he listed in this movie just a number of these characteristics. He said that a corporation tended to have a callous unconcern for the feelings of others, an incapacity to maintain enduring relationships, reckless disregard to the safety of others, deceitfulness, repeated lying and conning others for profit, incapacity to experience guilt, and failure to conform to social norms with respect to lawful behaviour. Now, that's not to say that everybody in corporations behaves like this, but in fact the corporate structure here around the world, and the bigger it gets, more global it gets, it allows them to behave like this. There's nothing to stop them. There's no moral or ethical code that they have to comply with. And as I've said before, that means those with malintent have an environment and a medium in which to behave this way. I have noticed really in the last few weeks, when I'm looking at many of these commentators and commentaries that are becoming aware or have been aware of this negative side of the control of our world, what they have in common. And it's also intrigued me that many are coming from a religious angle. And I myself like to think that I have time for all the religions without being fundamentalist in any way about any of them. In fact, I just want to quote from my first book, so 20 years ago, when I talked about the Golden Rule, which is basically common to all religions, uncorrupted religions. And that's really that we need to treat others in the way we like to be treated ourselves. And for instance, I've quoted from Islam, no one of you is a believer until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Taoism, regard your neighbour's gain as your gain, and your neighbour's loss as your loss. Hinduism, that is the sum of duty. Do naught to others which if done to thee would cause thee pain. Confucianism, is there any one maxim which ought to be acted upon throughout one's life? Surely the maxim of loving kindness is such: do not do unto others what you would not they should do unto you. Okay, sorry about that. Buddhism, hurt not others with that which pains yourself. Christianity, all things whatsoever you would that men should do unto you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. And that got me thinking. That's interesting that these are tenets that many people hold within them, whether they're religious or not. These are the moral codes of living and loving and generally being decent. And these are the moral and ethical codes that are being forsaken out there by those who we have hitherto trusted. And particularly those big organisations that we have hitherto trusted. And if in fact the corporations live by other codes, then when the corporations and the judiciary and lawyers are intertwined, and the politicians intertwined with them, or otherwise powerless, then we have a very serious situation. It's borne out in New Zealand and it's borne out throughout the world, and I think this is what we are understanding. And interestingly enough, this may well be the catalyst for those who have strong faith through different religious understandings, through different religions, to bring them together. Maybe a catalyst, this darkness may be a catalyst for the right-minded, morally attuned people around the world to say enough is enough and join together with one voice. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Against this darkness, which is not life-affirming, it's life-destroying. And I still believe that there's enough of us around there, of all faiths, religions, whether we are religious or agnostic, but generally kind people, more of us than them, even though these have congregated in powerful, corrupt organisations and corporations. So that's the good news. It's just what I've been thinking of this week. Please comment, please support and share, and I think we're actually getting much more viewers than it says down here on YouTube. So please share and share the message, because I really rely on your feedback, and this allows me to gauge what the next video will be about, so it expands organically with the best intent. So bye, cheerio, see you later.